This is Teddy Perham and the soon to be Sheriff Chris Dorsey going down here to the state capitol for the March for the Poor, where Salim Californi has been one of the head leaders of the NAACP, and for years he have done absolutely nothing. He have done absolutely nothing to help the poor people. Now all of a sudden he's down here with all these homeless people I've been working with for years, pretending to care. He's down here campaigning for certain people. Dwight Jones, Dirty Woody, the executioner. His job is to help keep these people on the job, and they're the enemy of the people, enemies of the state. Look at all these police cars. Now this is supposed to be a peaceful protest. Why are all these police officers out here? Now we're entering the grounds, and just let's see what is going on.
We have a man who's going to come with good words that all of us could take something from the mature age to the youngest. We could take something from him. Receive him as he comes. Give him a hand. Make some noise.
Yeah, she's filming something right now. I have to call you back.
Okay, so excuse me. So I wanted to catch you. Hi.
Oh, he is so beautiful. Oh, thank you. That's Peter.
You got to think how to rise. You got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize. Life's battles don't always go to the strongest or the fastest man or woman, but sooner or later the man and the woman will win. Good morning, Richmond. It's good to be in Richmond.
That's a sign.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, darling. I can't afford to lose that. That's important. That's live. Hey, handsome. How you doing? We should have had this over there at the statue, the only statue, only property of any black people were for Martin Luther King and Oliver Hill. Their statues are all the way over in the corner in the back.
Yeah.
That's where we should have been.
Yeah,
that statue should be brought up here and put up in the front of this Capitol. If they really meant what they were saying about they were sorry for slavery and it was such a travesty, if they meant what was right, they would bring that statue out of the corner, out of the back of the Capitol, and that's where our people should be, around that statue and embrace that statue, because it's the only thing for people of color, and it's all the way again in the back. What do you think? What do you think about this statue being back there? I'll walk you back there and show it to you. In the corner, in the back. That should be brought up in the front. What do you think?
I mean, we can talk about it. I don't mind it. I mean, it's there. The location of it might not be as important as it being there, but you know.
But don't you think in the year 2013 they should be up front with what's happening, just like the statue? Look at all these statues of all these Caucasians around here. Are any of them all the way in the back in the corner? No, not one.
That's true. I really don't know.
But I don't want to just look at it like, well, at least they put it out there. That's not it. They need to put it out there and put it up in the front. We are tired of being second place in the back for everything. I think it needs to be made, put it right up in the front. They got plenty of room up here with all these wine vaults.
President Johnson signed Voting Rights Act.
Thank you. Have a good one. You too.
We have lost so much in the last 50 years. We have gained but we have lost so much. So we come today to Richmond, to these hallowed grounds, and I remember so vividly as a student coming to Richmond in the 1960s, that I walked across and wanted to sit on one of the benches, one of the capitals. The policeman said that I could not sit here. Yet my parents were taxpayers, and I had come here to school, but not to come and to sit. I could not sit here. I remember those days. But you know, the Lord works in mysterious ways.
That's right,
Not only
baby.
can I sit here, I've come to speak here today.
That's right. That's right.
I remember so vividly, and we have persons in the House of Delegates and the Senate here today. I remember when we had very few senators and members of the House here in Richmond. We've come a long ways, but we still have a long ways to go. We're the ones who cut the grass.
That's right.
And polish the brass.
That's right. That's right.
My children want to go. Yeah.
Been the help. We've been the butlers.
Hey, darling, I'm doing good.
Time.
Yeah, you don't like to call. You stop calling me.
Man, I done dropped out a whole lot of shit. These free tickets for kids 12 and under to the circus. Brand new circus. First time in America.
Give me 2 more. Thank you. How your grandkids doing?
Everybody fine.
Look good. Look at our boy. Y'all, I told you I would catch it. I didn't know when. Look at that beautiful smile. Marty, we truly miss you. But we know you still fighting the fight. We know you fighting a good fight. And look at our boy Chris Dorsey made it.
Dr. King.
On the ballot. He gonna be the next sheriff. Watch out. See? That's all right.
Can't win.
Yes, he can.
No, he
There's a
can't.
higher power.
Ain't nothing.
There's a higher power. We can't. That's right. Leave it at that. Leave it at that. Leave it at that. So we got them all in the stores. The foreigners are joining us. We got them all in their stores. People registered to vote.
Yeah.
All these foreign markets in the neighborhoods. They got Chris Dorsey signs up. They don't engage in anything politically.
Yeah.
But they are coming out. We getting their people registered to vote and everything.
Yeah.
God is good.
No man stands alone.
Roll with it.
But each man.
We got to do what we can do. He's not going back in there. He's not going back in there. Hi! You look marvelous, man. You look wonderful. Look at the queen. Oh, Lord. I was thinking about you. Oh, you look good, girl.
From Wales that they didn't get. They're eating
But look, I said about this march, we have a statue of Oliver Hill and some more people. Marty got them for the children. Get the tickets for the free circus for the
Stop
kids.
racial profiling. Stop frisking.
Take these babies to the circus.
That's right. That's right.
I was so impressed
One
today
ticket
to see so many
Yeah, per child.
diverse backgrounds. I remember in the 40s, well, I don't remember, I read this, I was just born in the 40s, but there were 4 black policemen hired here in
We
Fort
have
around
one
46.
statue on
If my
the
memory
ground.
serves me correctly.
It was dedicated
One of
to
those
Dr. King
policemen
and Oliver Hill.
was from Danville.
All the way in
His
the
name was
back
Dr. P.
of the
Day.
mansion.
And it's an
All the
interesting
way
thing,
in the
they did not
corner.
hire, and they
So
still
that
do
it
this.
will not be
They hire
seen.
5
That statue
during
should
the
be
week. They hire one on Monday,
a
Tuesday, Wednesday,
statue
Thursday,
of Oliver
Friday.
Hill all the
And
way
the one
in
who
the
was
back.
hired on Monday
In the corner.
had the most seniority.
Anything black goes
That's
back,
one of those.
but it should be brought right up here in the front
We
of the
need to
Capitol.
support black
See, they're
colleges
not
and
trying to
universities.
support us like they should. They need to, and that's what we need to be rallied
Not go
around now.
to BPI, to the University of Virginia, to North Carolina Central, North Carolina State, and North Carolina
No,
College or
not
University.
yet. We get
We
in
had to
there.
go to North Carolina Central. We had to go to
Structure that
Shaw.
China.
Of course,
Yeah.
Virginia Union
Under
and Virginia
Teddy
State,
Tom, you can go
Norfolk State and Howard,
Facebook or
Winston-Salem,
sign a petition.
Teachers College,
They
and
want to close
St.
it down
Paul
because
and
it's
other
not
schools.
being run properly.
We could
I'm
not
the only
go
one
to
that's
other
giving
schools.
them
We had to go to those schools.
That's right. That's right. That's why they don't want me on that. That's why they don't want me on
so
that.
sophisticated,
That's
so highfalutin,
And we got
that they
so
want
many
the best of our
K-Bars
students, but
wanting
they
to
don't want to
be
take the average
Jews with
student.
all the money.
That's
They out
one
here, but
reason
they
why
ain't,
we
they
need to
all
support
the main force.
historically black
All
colleges
them ain't trying to
and
support
universities. We need to support
We got to do each other.
United Negro College Fund. That's support so many of our historical black colleges. We need to support.
Look, I'll tell you about it. But this is, I'm the campaign manager for Chris Dorsey.
All of these
with this little
organizations that are
dog
represented here today. Somebody said if you don't have an NAACP card in your pocket, you got a hole in your soul and you don't eat chicken on Sunday.
Chris Dorsey, this is Murray, a classmate and dear friend of mine.
Awesome.
But you need to join the NAACP. There was a time that teachers and other persons of profession, they could not
Would
join
have
the
not been a friend
NAACP.
of the people.
Simply
He's been a
because they
friend
would
of
be
his
proud.
pocket.
So we
And
need to
that's
join
it.
there.
We got to change it up
SCLC.
because we should have
But I just can't
programs in the
understand
jail
how
So we
to
come today
endorse the
how
people.
come
with a new
we
hope.
can find
That's
money
a better day is coming.
Jail.
That's what the march
But
on
they
Washington
can't
was
find
about.
things to
It
build
was not just
men
about
to come out
Dr.
of
King. There were
jail.
other
That's
leaders.
right.
Other than
You
King,
come out
his
of
father,
jail.
John
You been-
Lewis,
you gotta-
Roy Wilkins,
You're not gonna
NAACP.
give
There were other leaders besides King. But
got-
King was the
you got
vanguard.
somebody-
He
what
was
do
the
you do?
spoke. He made
I
that
put a
speech,
knife.
I
What
have a
in the
dream.
hell do you do?
And sometimes now I wonder with what's going on.
That's what they do
Marvin
now.
Gaye said, what's
We gotta
going
change
on?
that.
And sometimes I believe that the dream has become a nightmare. For so many of us, so many black males are
You
incarcerated.
gotta get them jobs.
Yeah.
But they got the money, they're spending the money.
You know what I'm saying? You're being,
Here
you're
in
being,
this
you're being
United States,
convicted.
visible signs. I remember coming to visit
Yeah.
The way the
as a
system's set up.
child,
Convicted all over again.
child coming up. I saw signs
We're
of
gonna change that.
colored waiting room.
We're going to get it to the point
Colored
where
restroom.
people who are not opposing a threat to society, they're not going to be locked up
I went
for
over
possession
to
of cannabis,
Science and
for
White
possession
water fountain.
of
Some lady grabbed
you
me
know,
and said, oh,
paid
don't drink
drug
from that water. I
charges.
said, this is
You know,
water
they
poison.
can't even keep
What's wrong
heroin
with
out
it?
of the jail.
What?
The sheriff's deputies smuggle it in there, but yet average citizens are locked up for, you know,
Years
for
and years and
decades in some cases.
Why the judge is smoking and toking.
Right. For simple.
And then when the big man, he get caught with a little drug,
We must never
slap
forget.
on a hand.
That's right.
We know who the
Henry
big
Moss,
man
he
is.
fought
The big
with
man are the
others.
people who run the police
Oliver
department.
Gill.
The big man are the millionaires.
Sam Tucker. Don't forget, young people, that the schools were closed up in the Commonwealth first says for the good of the people.
Come on now.
Prince Edward County, Farmville.
They-
In
they guard
1959,
poppy
the
plants in
schools were
Afghanistan.
closed up for 5 years.
That's right.
Exports.
Because they didn't want you to learn.
If you think
heroin
that
out of
education
Afghanistan and they
is
distribute it
expensive,
on the
you ought
streets
to
in
try
America.
ignorance.
That's right.
Lock people
Martin
up
Luther King said
and
there's
arm
nothing quite so
everybody.
dangerous
And have
That's right.
as sincere
the
ignorance
cops
That's
being
right.
the
and
top
conscientious
gang
stupidity.
around.
So we've come today to Richmond to bring a consciousness to the Commonwealth and throughout this nation. Right here in Virginia. And some of our children haven't learned
How you
this.
doing?
But there was a white man,
Okay.
Richard Lovett,
How many
who
other
married
people showed up
Mildred
today?
Jeter,
Why
who
you
was a
feel-
black woman. They had to go to Washington to get married.
Every day.
Isn't that ironic?
Every day.
Seen one girl,
Well, I'm going to dig him up.
bandana.
Senator Strong Thurmond was a staunch segregationist. He practiced integration at night
Come on
and
now.
fathered a child.
That's right.
Be
One
sure of
the
your
sisters-
sins.
That's right.
For your
One of the
sins
sisters should find
find
you
you
out. That's right, Joe Morrison.
here.
That's
Never
right.
forget the bombing
Like to
of
lay up
the
with
4
all
little
them young
girls
black girls.
at the
Those
16th
sins
Street
will
Baptist
find you
Church
out.
in Birmingham. It's
That's
right,
what it
Birmingham.
should've
That's what
been.
Reverend Fred Shuttlesworth said. Called it Birmingham.
That's right.
There in September of 1963, 50 years ago next month, that when the segregationists put a bomb and killed 4 little black girls. I just read last night that one of the little girls, I think it was McNair, her father's going to be released by the signing that the president has done because he's up in age, he's sick, and he's going to let him out a little early. Well,
Say
many
it.
folk have been let out early,
I'd like
but
to
it wasn't
invite
us.
Citizen Jewel
Many folk have not gone to
Ms.
jail.
Parham
They just didn't get caught.
Adjuan Millennium Future President meeting
Martin Luther King said the 11th
Sunday,
commandment
September the
that many
8th,
folk live by, thou shalt not get
2013,
caught.
2 to 3:30, 123 East Broad Street, phone number 643-1086, extension 255, about the autumnal crisis
Emmett
that's
Till,
spoken of
you all
earlier,
remember that story?
from W.B. Braxton's band to a.k.a. Scott Beaver.
Yes, Trayvon Martin.
Back.
And the young man who was accused of killing Trayvon has the audacity
To ask for $300,000.
They'll to put him on the
Under the
chain
jail.
and make him
That's
work
right.
for the rest of his life.
That's right, and make his
We've come
ghost
to
full
Richmond today
time.
to commemorate, not just to commemorate, but also to agitate. We've come to stir up things and not be so complacent in our doing and in our belief. And so we've come today, as Frederick Douglass said, those who profess to favor freedom and yet deprecate agitation are people who want crops without plowing.
That's right,
They
can't
want-
happen.
Rain without thunder. They
Come
want
on.
lightning. They want the ocean without the roar of many
Can't
waters.
happen.
The struggle may be a moral one, or it may be a physical one, or it may be both, but it must be a struggle. Don't forget, just because you have a little education,
Come on now,
you have a
tell
nice
them.
home and a
Come
nice
on
job.
now, tell them.
There were folk who
Tell
had
them.
education before
Tell
you
them.
got here.
That's right,
There were
tell
folk
them.
who had gone and paid their dues
That's
before you got
right,
here.
tell them.
So the struggle does continue. Let us not forget that there were those who, when I came to Richmond, there were those who fought so forcefully. Lester Banks, that I remember. Johnny Brooks. There were those who, the Tinsley, whose Dr. Tinsley's wife was taken by 2 Richmond policemen and dragged.
Come on now.
Where Tall Hammers and Millen
Come
Road.
on now, tell
Dr.
it.
King and Bayard Rustin and many others. They've tried to discredit them. And you know, folk will try to discredit
Yes,
you
they will.
and say about your sexual
Yes, they will.
preference or whatever. That has nothing to do with the rights
right.
of
Come
people,
on, talk
the
about
freedom
it.
of people. What
That's right.
Bayard Rustin's sexual preference was, and whatever Dr. King did, that's their personal business.
That's right.
And they're going to have to stand before God. But the right to vote, the right to equality in job, that's for everybody.
That's right.
They tried to assassinate.
No, I asked you, did you have
I
any
did. Remember, I told you they were in the.
briefcase? And let me see if I got some. Huh.
But
Hold this. Let me look at my book bag.
Trying to get home
But yeah,
to his
it's
wife.
DorseyForSheriff.com.
Bradley Beck was shopping for $30.
And I gotta tell Marty too. He just told me, he said, Dorsey, when I told him I was a campaign man. No, I ain't gonna say it, man.
Many others. And you remember when they were
I'm gonna I'm gonna go right back there and let him know.
Mississippi.
I'm gonna say
Nobody
this
said
right
you
on
were
camera.
But when the
Yeah.
money got
And-
real
and
good,
like-
Let me keep
somebody
you
said
can
they
roll
were
right.
very
You can take that one.
the dam
Yeah.
there in Philadelphia, Mississippi.
And we gonna get you some more flies.
So,
No, I'm not going straight home.
Okay.
There's a great camp meeting
Okay.
So-
in the promised land.
Here, I'm gonna
Our
write it down.
forefathers used to say, walk together, children.
I got a piece of paper.
Don't you get weary. Sing together, children. Don't you get weary, because there's a great camp meeting in the promised land. The words of Isaiah will become real. That every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough ways shall be made plain. And the crooked ways shall be made
about
straight.
renewing our
And the glory of the Lord shall
our
be
next generation.
and all the flesh shall
Gotta
see it
get
together.
busy and get
The
busy.
words of Amos are true, and we say them today. Let justice roll down like water, and righteousness like a mighty stream.
And
Freedom today,
so do you think
freedom tomorrow,
meeting
and freedom
will
forever.
make a difference in how
Deep in my heart
I
today,
think so.
I do believe
I've been hopeless
that we shall
my
overcome
life, and I've
someday.
watched what goes
And I
on.
say today, as Dr. King said, go to the polls this morning. Whenever the polls are open, if you haven't registered to vote, please register to vote, because the ballot is a powerful weapon that we can
So
use.
the crusade for
Go to the polls. If the weather's
Henry
raining,
Mars.
the NAACP
go.
ain't been
He said run. If you can't run, walk.
League ain't
If you
been
can't walk, crawl.
all right.
If
But
you
I
can't
think
crawl, just keep moving. Adam J. Fox said, keep the faith, baby.
that we're waiting
That's what we got to do.
be dedicated.
I've seen the lightning flashes. I've heard the thunder roll. I've seen his breakers dashing, trying to comfort my soul. But I heard the voice of Jesus telling us to still fight on. He promised a long time ago never to leave us alone.
That's right.
God bless you today. Isn't the Lord all right?
Yes, he is.
Don't forget the Lord.
Yes,
He
he is.
brought us
Yes,
This far by faith.
that's right.
God bless you.
That is which that locked me up when Marty Jewell came to get me out of jail over there in the bushes.
You still fired up? We're almost
There
done, so
she
I want
is
you to
over
try to
there,
rally from this place.
locked me up, the witch,
All right? First, I'm going to just briefly take all of our
hiding up in the
volunteers,
bushes.
give our volunteers a hand.
with a nasty shout.
Our volunteers, she don't want me to do this, but I think it's important that we do so. Our field organizer, there's Kate, wave your hand, Kate.
This is so long. They waited so long. California waited so long to do anything. We've been begging for help with him for years. He waited so long.
He's going to come. He is the Economic Development Committee of the Richmond NAACP. Give him a hand as he comes.
They waited so long. We've been begging California and them for years for the help with this, for the freedom, the jobs. He have done absolutely nothing. He is California. He is one of the reasons this city is in such bad shape. He been taking kickbacks, pay off, and letting Dwight Jones and Wood and them rule. And we got to bind them out in the name of Jesus. And we got to get some change. Because they automatically lock our black men up. Then they automatically take jobs from them. They automatically make them felons. They can't pay child support where they going right back in that big jail that they and they getting paid from the stock exchange. It's on the stock exchange.
And economic opportunities for
Just like slaves, selling slaves in the store. They sell them in the jail. They sell out.
African American unemployment, underemployment,
And they don't need to just talk about Afro-Americans because they not the only ones. All people of color are being threatened.
Unequal treatment of millions of our citizens. Well, 50 years later, the struggle continues.
Yes, it does.
Because injustice continues.
That's right.
Poverty continues. And high level of unemployment and underemployment still continues. So we have to match the boldness.
They understand. They don't overstand.
We need to dream big. And we need to dream big now. Not now, but right now.
Hey,
We need to dream
girl.
of being better fathers and mothers. Because the fathers and mothers are the first role models our kids have. We need to dream better, being better brothers and sisters. Because we often learn how to talk to others and how to treat others and how to talk to and treat the ones in our family. That's how we learn. We need to dream of being better neighbors. Because there are times when we need one another and others need us. We need to dream of being better workers, which means showing up on time, being dressed for the occasion, and putting in a 4 days
Hey,
work
baby.
for 4 days.
Can I hug you? I saw you yesterday. You was handsome and just growing on up. How you doing? I love your shirt, brother. You was always on time with that. I like your haircut. I saw you yesterday. You look good. What you been doing for yourself?
Government leaders
traveling across
and
the
leaders of
country.
tomorrow and teachers.
Not for fun, I was looking for work.
And teachers.
You got a girl yet?
These dreams can
Take your
start
time.
with
Get
how
one
we
that's
talk to
gonna be good to
ourselves
you. You
and
deserve
our
that.
children.
I got
Don't just
We need to
grab
say what our
anything.
grandparents,
gotta find work
who
first.
all grandparents and great grandparents
Nobody's
said
gonna
to
want to be
us.
with you if you can't
And
take care
said
of
to
yourself.
themselves,
That's right, but you ain't got to take care of her. Let her do her,
They used to say
have her
things
own
like,
too.
we can be
You
what
ain't
we
got to
want to
take
be.
care of her. You don't have any
We are as
children.
good as
You
anyone
know,
else.
you pull together.
And nothing beats a
But don't get
failure
one
but
that
a
wants
try.
you to work and take
And that you
care
should
of her.
never,
Fine.
ever,
Let her
ever
bring something to
give
the
up on
table.
your hopes and dreams. That when we
good
look
seeing you.
to the city and state government
Congratulations
and
on
corporate
your
Richmond
job.
to work with us, we demand of ourselves to
All
do
you gotta
everything
do is believe.
we can
I
to
believe
create
in
jobs and wealth for our families and our communities. The question is, are we doing all we can?
No.
Are we pooling our talents, skills, and resources and investing in our communities? Are we starting tutoring and after-school programs, teachers?
need to
Are we
start.
starting tutoring and after-school programs
Nope.
for our children? These programs
programs, increase school performances, and reduce juvenile crime. Are we spending the money in our own communities so that our barbers, beauticians, and entrepreneurs can expand their businesses and create the job lift to pour our people out of poverty? Spending money in local businesses is an investment in our future.
That's right.
It is not enough that we hope together, not enough that we pray together, but Richmond, the time has come where we work together. So as we demand more of ourselves, we also demand that our corporate partners, government leaders, educators, and concerned citizens match our commitment to prepare for the demands of the 21st century. We demand that our students leave high school knowing how to do something and not just have to pass a test.
Who got their eyeglasses?
We demand that small businesses have equal opportunities for local cities, counties, and state contractors. We demand citizens in our communities to be treated as social resources rather than social problems. We want to end a legalized job discrimination that prevent returning citizens the employment opportunity that they will enable them to take them and themselves, their family members to the next level.
Up at my house.
Dr. King, excuse me, y'all. Dr.
Put me in that padded wagon. Marty Jewell said you better not put her in that wagon.
Standing up for decent wages for hard working sanitation workers. Our dream is to match the commitment of Dr. King with the commitment to create a city that is modeled for both social and economic justice. Thank you, Richmond, and let's go forward after today. Let's keep united. Let's keep working.
Look, when I told you that Chris Dorsey was running for sheriff, why did you say he can't win?
He can't win.
Why is that?
He can't win.
Why is that?
Because it takes too much money.
No, it
People
don't.
not raising.
It take people. You don't know what he can raise. And I wish you had to listen to me because you would still be in office. Like you saved me. I wanted to work so hard with you, but you wouldn't listen.
I ain't going nowhere.
I know it, but you...
Look, God has another job for me.
That's right.
And that is to lead in building black community.
That's right.
Black folk got money, we ain't got no fucking
That's
wealth.
right, that's right.
And because we ain't got nothing, we ain't got power to fix
But when we got people that are not black, that are willing to work with us, that love us like their own, it ain't but a very few of them left.
Yeah, that's true.
And Chris Dorsey is one of them.
And I give him credit for it.
Yeah, so don't say he gonna win.
Okay. I shouldn't say that to you because you're a true believer, that's fine.
Listen,
but I had to say it.
I
won't say it again.
Because we gotta get out of here. Got caught with somebody else's daughter.
No, we don't know that yet.
You gonna see.
We don't
I've been doing my homework. I've been doing my homework. You will see.
For economic justice. Number two, register to vote
He gonna
and
win.
go vote.
I'm gonna make a believe.
November 5th, we need your vote.
There you go.
Become active, involved in the NAACP.
That's right.
I'm
And
supporting
look, y'all.
Kizzy. I'm sorry.
After that nigga been in there 30 years, it ain't turned nothing, nobody in, and seen every crime committed under the sun with him and Michelle.
Let's take a group of people to meet your school board representatives,
No,
council
sir.
persons,
He could have
and
done
on
something
state
by speaking up for the
legislators,
people long
That's what we
before
can
now.
do. Do I have your commitment?
He's a menace.
Do I have your commitment? Do I have your commitment? Make some noise one more time!
You'll see. Let's shake.
We're gonna see.
We're about to end the rally.
That's right. I'm gonna carry you out to dinner.
say
Up
that
to
again, we gonna end
famous
the rally.
Browns.
Yeah.
We gonna
Just
see.
I was just out there yesterday.
Yeah, you hear him put a
Let us
call out.
receive-
They won't even.
Hey, Chris.
debate
Hey, Marty,
the
how's it
How you
price.
doing, buddy?
Horse Line is going to come and give us our benediction.
We invited to the next Edgewater meeting September the 8th, 2 to 3:30.
Let us pray.
Yes, sir. Not this Sunday, September the 8th.
Okay.
God of all creation,
Put it in my calendar.
God of every living soul,
That's right.
God who holds the promise
That's right.
for the beautiful life that is for every person
That's right.
in the globe.
That's right.
God who is the God of dreams.
Come on
God
now.
who has a dream for each one of us
That's
and a
right.
dream for all of us. The God of abundance. The God who gives us so much more than we seem to know how to use.
Couldn't be talking to
Help
our
us,
people.
God, as we are here now today, as we've heard all these wonderful speakers, and as we know what you have called us to do over these 50 years, give us the courage and the strength to go forth and to recognize that there is indeed in the world enough wisdom You've given us all this divine wisdom. Help us
Come
to
on.
use it. There's enough.
Come
There's
on.
more than enough.
Yes, it is.
To make sure that our schools
Touch,
are the right
Father.
schools
Touch.
for our young people.
Touch,
that they
Lord.
educate
Touch 'em.
every child
Touch 'em,
for every
Jesus.
step they're going
Touch.
to take. And we
In
have
the
enough
name of
food in the
Jesus.
world.
Touch.
There's enough food, God.
Yes,
help us to
for
remember.
nobody
There's
should be
more than
hungry.
enough food in the
Oh,
world
my
to
Lord.
feed every living
Yes, it
being.
is. Tell it. Yes, it
And there's
is.
enough clothing, and there's enough building
Yes, it
materials that
is.
everybody can have dignity in their body and in their home. There's enough. We have enough, God. We have enough wisdom to figure out how not to build so many prisons and to tear some of them
Come
down.
on. Come on now. That's right. That's right. Come on. You hear that, Chris Dawson? That's right,
And
you
you've
said.
given us
That's
so
right.
much love. There's
That's
more
right.
love than we can possibly
That's
imagine.
right.
So that every family, whether it's Mildred and Richard Loving back in the 60s, all the way down to folks today who want to get married and can't.
That's right.
And for folks who can't adopt children, and we have children who need
And
hope.
Kay, that's right.
God, help us figure
Right
out.
here.
You've given us enough wisdom and
That's
enough
right.
love and
Let's
enough power
use
to
it.
do all of that.
That's right.
So help us today. We've gathered
In
here
the name of
to
the
witness
Father
that kind of dream,
and
a
love.
dream of a world made in your image,
Compassion.
not in somebody's image who wants a small vision. No,
Come
you're
on.
a big vision, God.
Come on,
You're
tell
a
it.
God of freedom and a God of jobs and
Come
a God
on.
of justice and
Come
joy
on.
and love and peace. And actually, God, I think you actually like us to make noise. It isn't just a
Yeah,
political thing.
that's
It's a
right.
spiritual thing to
That's
make noise.
right. Make a joyful noise. Make a joyful noise.
Saying it in beautiful words and beautiful. Oh, the
Make
song
a joyful
today, God,
noise.
thank you for them as well.
Touch.
Give us the power in
Touch.
ourselves to know that you want us to agitate. You
Touch.
sent Jesus to agitate.
No,
You sent Moses to tell
talk
Pharaoh
about it.
to
That's
get out of the
right.
way.
That's
And
right.
Let my people go. Let
That's
my people
right.
be free. That's what you call us to do today, God.
That's
You know,
right.
We're in the shadow, God. You know this, and we all know this. We're in the shadow of that white Capitol building.
Come on now.
It was built on the backs of so many of our people.
Slaves, my
We
Lord.
had to haul the rock. and
Come on now.
everything
That's
up
what
that
I'm
hill,
talking about.
But couldn't go inside.
That's right.
Couldn't vote. Couldn't
Come
do
on.
anything basically without somebody telling them that they had to do it this way or that way or couldn't do it at all.
Come on.
So we're in the shadow of that place, and we want to.
That's-
Well, it's a beautiful building.
Yeah,
God,
but we
don't
need
wanna
to tear
change
that down.
But we want to change what's inside.
That's right. Touch.
Give us the power
Touch.
to do that. Give us
That's
the power.
right.
Guide
Touch
us.
him,
Show
Lord.
us
Touch him.
what we're to do and send us out of here believing that we are
can
part
make
of
a
a
difference.
commonwealth. In
That's
other words,
right.
the wealth that you poured on this place called Virginia, the wealth that you
That's
poured on this
right.
place called Richmond and
Come on.
Henrico and Chesterfield and all the other
take
places,
it and
all
share.
that wealth belongs to all of us.
That's right.
Not hoarding
Come on.
it, not a
That's
few
right.
hanging on to their
That's right.
much larger share than
That's
everybody
right.
else, but everybody getting what they need.
That's
what
right.
we're here to do today. And God, most of all, help us to remember.
That's
every
right,
time we
Sheriff
make a step
Dorsey.
forward, it's because
That
of you.
shadow of that building up there where we talked about where all the slaves
It's because
built.
of all the holy
That's
people down
right.
to the ages. So we offer God
That's
our
right.
thanks, not only for calling us here today, but giving us the power and the courage and the wisdom and the strength and the peace and the love and the joy.
Come
to go
on,
forth,
touch him, Father.
Marching all the way to the heavenly commonwealth. Let this become not the commonwealth of Virginia, but the commonwealth
Of the people of God and the people. Amen, brother. Well done.
Again, thank you.
Well, I
Thank you
applauded for the part
Give
that I
yourselves
like.
one more hand.
That's right.
Thank you. Thank you. Again, we're asking all of the program participants, city officials, legislative council persons, and all of our volunteers to meet us.
Oh Lord, I came to take pictures of two beautiful new journalists. We got a beautiful camera girl, and I like that. And I want them to give her a smaller camera. Not that she can't handle that big one, but you give that one to the fellas and lighten up on her with her gorgeous self. And her anchor person, what's your name, boo? Hey! What's your name?
My name's Kristen.
Kristen?
Yeah.
And you look like a beautiful Egyptian queen.
Thank you.
Yes. And which channel are you with?
What?
Are you with the television station? Which station are you
Oh, I'm
with?
actually a VCU student. We're doing this for a class.
Oh Lord, I'm an old Ram girl. Go, y'all looking good, girls. Teddy Perm, old Ram said, lighten up and do what's right, because I'm on you day and night. And let the new queens reign in all the good news. Protect the students, Father, because you know, and I know, that so many of them are hurt. The media lords hide the danger that's happening and lurking on that campus. You take care of yourself. Listen what they saying. Listen. Practice what they preach. That's right. Go Rams. Come on, Rams. I'm old, but I can still jam. I'm rapping. Lord, Miss Teddy got it going now. Love you, baby girls.
Have a good day.
And I want you to meet the new sheriff. Chris Dorsey. He's going to be the new sheriff in town, Chris Dorsey. Right here with that blue shirt on.
With the red shirt on?
No, with the blue shirt on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's Marty Jewell with the red shirt on.
Oh, yeah, we interviewed him.
He was with city council, and those crooks ran him out. That was really bad the way they did that. But I love him. I work with him. He helped save me when they illegally locked me up. See, they don't want you to tell the truth. They want you to say what they say.
Yeah.
And it's not always right. And 95% of it is not right. Yeah, you look good, girl. Find the love. Chris Dorsey. Please talk to the news ladies over here with DCU.
All right. Hey, you know, we'll be in touch.
Yes, I shared it with me.
Let me get right here. Let me get. He don't want to go. Stay in this room here right now. Oh, the young lady's right there. Come on, let's walk over here.
I'm Chris Dorsey. I'm running for sheriff.
Yes, this is a young man running for sheriff.
Y'all go to VCU?
Yeah.
Cool.
Beautiful girls.
Yeah.
Sweet. Awesome. Yeah. What are y'all covering out here?
Just the march, and since it's 50 years later, and we still marching, we still feel the need to have to voice our opinions and look for change. Basically about that.
Yeah. I mean, it's an unfair society. They're the haves and the have-nots, and you know, it's all based on distribution of the wealth. And you know, if people are poor, they don't stand a chance. And that's the way this society is built up. None of this stuff happens by accident. But I will say, many of the people who complain about those things and expose those things and talk on those microphones up there, they're the ones that make it that way.
A lot of them.
They just talk. And they say one thing and they do another. They talk about, you know, helping people out, but really what they do is lock them up.
Crush them up, make them felons, no jobs. They are the ones that do that.
I mean, I'm just saying, they don't even have to, you know, they can take their health care away, and they do. They can take their money and their homes away.
And they do.
People say they own a home, but they never own a home, because if they stop paying the notes, the sheriff's department comes and
takes your house.
Illegal foreclosure and makes people homeless. When I'm sheriff, I'm not going to enforce any illegal, unlawful foreclosures on the behalf of criminal banks. You know, because I comprehend how the banking system works. I comprehend what controls all of these puppets down here, and they're nothing but puppets in that building.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but puppets right there, Dominic. Puppets of the Federal Reserve Bank, which is down there at 9th and Bird Street. And that's what controls everything. And until we get in control of the banking system, until we enforce this document, which is the law, that all the elected officials swear an oath to uphold but never do, nothing's ever going to change. I mean, for one thing, immediately on November 5th, cannabis laws laws prohibiting cannabis consumption, they're out the window. They're gone. We're not
That's why they're doing it all over the country.
For consuming cannabis.
You can eat it. You can eat it in your food. You can drink it, make a tea. I use it. It have brought me around.
They can't because I have standing over them under the law. And you know,
I would like to interject this. There is a statue on the very other side of this Capitol, and it was put up supposedly in honor of Mr. Hill. Remember Mr. Hill?
Oliver Hill.
Oliver Hill and King. They put that statue all the way over there in the corner, in the back. The only statue on all this property that represent anybody of color. They put it all the way, and take your film over there, your camera, and go and take a picture of it. All the way over there in the back, in the corner, so that people will overlook it, you know. But if they really meant they were sorry about a lot of things they did to the people before them and the people they killed, then they would have put that statue. If I was the governor, that statue would be right at the front door when you walk in. That would be something I would be proud to have put on the Capitol grounds, knowing that it's been cursed for hundreds and hundreds of years, knowing that thousands of slaves built the building, that they couldn't even go in.
On the property.
They
now we need to
still
address
do.
this because this is very important about the maintenance of this grounds. People from the Richmond City Jail, they come and do work around this Capitol and they do not get paid. Now people want to talk about the past. I wasn't around during the past. I'm around now. I can only do things that are happening now, but I see people working without getting paid on state government property. So they can't tell me that's in compliance with Amendment 13 or Amendment 14 of the United States Constitution. It's not. So people need to really look into things. People like these events. People get out and speak fancy and say a bunch of all these things and make everybody clap. Most of the time, they don't even know what they're clapping at. But what I know is what I see with my own eyes. What I know is what I have documented, the crimes of every single elected official out here today, and handed them the evidence, and then had them lie right in front of my face when I had the goods on them. Degenerate human beings. Most of these people are amoral sociopaths.
Rich, filthy rich, and we'll make sure that you never get rich. And I want you ladies to look this up. Black Boule, BLACKBOULE, and see the history of our people, of the people of color that are in office, where these evil Negroes come up and how they come up, how they take pledges not to help the poor, how they take pledges to lock them up, to pretend.
That's their main in, and just about everybody who was speaking up there, they're a member of Sigma Pi Phi fraternity, which is the Boule. And what they do is they front. It's all a front. They front like they're civil rights leaders, but they are filthy rich. But they're just little minions of the owners of the Federal Reserve Bank. For example, Dwight Jones. He's the mayor of Richmond, but he's only a pawn of Tom Farrell, Eva Tag Hardy from Dominion Power. That's Tom Farrell is the president and CEO of Dominion Power. Eva Tag Hardy, she runs Dwight Jones directly, who was campaign manager back last year. She retired as executive vice president of Dominion Virginia Power. And people like Jeffrey Lacker, who is the president of the Richmond Federal Reserve Bank, that's who's really in control. So the mayors, the governor, the president, the Congress, that doesn't mean anything because they don't control the bank. The bank controls them. So in this town, who runs things is the president of the Federal Reserve Bank, which is 9th and Bird Street, the biggest building in the city. His name is Jeffrey Lacker. Now you know things. Your professors, they lie to you. They don't even know.
Oh Lord, look at WB.
They're in on it and they cover it up. Either way, they're effective and they make a lot of money. and you go in further into debt by just going to college.
Yes.
How much debt do your fellow students have? Tens of thousands of dollars. I'm not incorrect, am I? So before you even get out, what do they say? You go to college
Shelter plus
to get a job so you can